Today's video is about Runewars miniatures.
マジかよ.
Yes, today I'm going to be talking about one of the finest alternatives for unpainted miniatures for role-playing games, the Runewars miniature game. This is an amazing set of miniatures for both the base box and expansions. Today I'm going to be taking a look at some of the miniatures from the base game and one of the demon expansions. These miniatures are kind of like the more simplified wargaming miniatures. They come in pieces, but they sort of snap together, which makes gluing them very easy. They have minimum flash, and they're great. Here's two examples of miniatures that I glued together before. And as you can see, they're very much of the Warhammer aesthetic. Exaggerated weapons, but they would still fit in well with D&D. And here's some of the examples of the miniatures that I have not put together. They're all in pieces, but again, the assembly is perfectly fine, and most of them don't actually need to be rebased because they come on 1-inch bases for medium creatures and 2-inch bases for the larger creatures. And here's the expansion set that I got. This was on deep clearance on eBay. You can also find very good prices on Amazon. There's 22 miniatures in this. There's a lot of really nice guys that could be used as a gift. Here's some of the examples that I painted. You can watch my painting stream to see how I did these up, but I used very basic techniques, and frankly, they came together pretty well. Here's an example of the human spearman guys. I didn't think I was going to like these miniatures, but they actually have pretty dynamic poses, and they were fun to paint. Here's the big Stone Golem guy. This guy was incredibly simple and fun to paint. I really like this sculpt. I had a lot of fun painting this guy up. I tried to be a little bit fancy with the metallics in his sword. I have to work on painting, like, spell effects and stuff like that. I did my best. The swords look pretty good. If I were to do this over, I probably would have just made them look more kind of decayed and crappy rather than trying to make them look more like magical. But, I've not experimented much with metals, so I will have to work on that. But I think the rest turned out great. And again, this guy is very simple to paint. Here's some skeletons. Very full of personality. I like the faces on these guys. Very simple to paint up and will fit in well with D&D. I decided to go with the similar color pattern for these dudes, and man, they would make very excellent Githyanki or Githzeri perhaps, or perhaps any number of astral beings. They're all spiky and evil looking, so these guys could be used for cultists perhaps. And here's the big demon-y thing, the big dog guy. Again, I went with the simple color palette with this dude, but he would make a really good hellhound. And here's some size comparisons. As you can see, the D&D farmer, the Knoll's Ears, monk, and the painted up board game Artemis there. Is that an Artemis? I don't know. I always forget that guy's name. In any case, you can see, even though they're a little bit larger in scale, they will still fit in just fine on the table with these D&D miniatures. Here's some more examples of some NPCs and a tiefling miniature from some of the newer pre-painted sets. And we have some examples of more just kind of newer pre-painted D&D miniatures to compare the scale. As you can see, even though the humans are much bigger in scale, they still fit in well with most of the D&D miniatures. This set has gone down in price to about $30 in the past, and boy, that is a very good price point for 48 miniatures of this quality. Have you seen these miniatures before? If so, what do you think? Let me know in the comments below.
Have a great day, and as always, thank you for watching the video.
Atama おかしいんじゃない。